Good evening. It's May the 19th, Thursday today. Second stream and I hear myself again. Default behavior by now. Second stream today. This means that we are looking at the Office add-ins, Blazor Office add-ins again, and I did not turn my backlight on. Let's put a little bit of ambience in here. Everything is on now. Good, everything in place. Screens up and running. Software in place. Let's start the show. Last week we made the start for the Blazor Excel Office Add-in. Before that we developed a Blazor Word add-in that's now submitted to the Microsoft Office Add-in samples repo, the official one, the community repo for Office add-ins. And we are now going to add an Excel add-in for that. So let's go into the coding window there and have a look at GitHub. Let's go into the let's first start Fish Studio so that we get some time to start that up in the background, because there's also a disk cleanup running a little bit in the background. It's closed just now. Excel Blazor Add-in. That was a week ago. So let's start that one. From what I saw, I think also my buddy Funny Reinders was also streaming. Let's have a quick check if he's still running his stream today. So there's Funny Reinders. My typing is really slow today. And he's still streaming. What's his topic for today? Sign up to experience the best of Funny Reinders. Oh, that's something different. Titled Checking Out System Command Line. Oh, that's interesting. What happens with this camera? Looks like a filter on that. Let's give that a shout out. Shout out for Funny Reinders. Well, all the luck, but we have our own stream today. And let's go to GitHub. I think it's in my own repo now. This is the Microsoft repo, and if you look at the samples here, there's the Word Blazor Add-in. And we are now going to start. Last week we started the Excel Blazor Add-in. So I cloned the repo again, my repositories, going to Office Add-in samples, that's the fork, then go, let's first fetch upstream, there's nothing to fetch apparently, switch to Blazor Excel Add-in. Still nothing to fetch, so there is no work on the origin apparently. That makes it easier for me to continue working on that. But we also need to select one of these samples to bring that into the sample here. We can do the hello world thing to start with. Let's make another folder with the original software in there. See data repos. I usually create another folder for each day that I'm working. 2022 05/19. Go in here, command. Go in here. Copy the command, the clone command. GitHub repo clone. What? That's mine? Is that my own? Ah, that's my own. I wanted the original one. Clone that. Oh, there's also a new version of GitHub. Delete that. Deleting files from the Windows Explorer is really slow. It's much quicker if you do that in the command line window. But while we are waiting for the other one to finish, that's no problem. So go in here. To the samples, let's go in there, code dot so we have here the hello world thingies. Let's first start putting that one in. So for that we need to go in here. And we have now some dummy buttons, I think. Move to page home, that's home. Option 1, pages, that's this one. So let's see how that looks like, what that looks like in here. Here. It's just starting the task pane, nothing fancy. There's only a paragraph and a button. Copy. This add-in will set cell A1 to the value hello world, and there's the button. Let's sneak a little bit into the word thing there, because there's already one available. Pages, hello world. Well, I think it's even better to just copy all of these. Copy. Bring that in. Right. And this should be right. It's not some text, but hello world. Set cell A1 to the value of hello world. Using JavaScript interop between Blazor and the Office JavaScript API. Hello button. So next thing would be to put in the razor.cs, add new file. There's a class called index.razor.cs. Through the convention, if it's the same name, then it will show 3 underneath the razor file. And we need the JavaScript file as well. Add new item, JavaScript. That should be called index. You can already guess what it should be, razor.js. And in the CS file, we are going to put the logic to interop with the JavaScript environment. This we already have there. Class is called hello world. Copyright thingy. This should be called index, as it's the main page. 2 unresolved conflicts. Interesting. Then the button should be identified as, this one is also index. What did we call that? Hello button. That's hello button. Let's call hello button in the JavaScript file. Copy. Basic functions show how to insert value into Excel cell. Into a cell. On the selected worksheet. It should be called, let's copy that to make sure that it's correct. Now this should be Excel run. Let's go back to the hello world thingy there. Copy that. So it's using the context, getting the workbook, worksheets, get active worksheet, getting the range, and then the values is set to hello world. Sync the context to the previous API call and return. I think the copyright needs to be in the razor. Copy the razor file. And this is all this stuff is decoration. Oh, what's happening here? Okay. Oh, the old stuff is still in there. Let's delete that. Page title. Interesting, so this thing is a page title. You have a page title object. Oh, that's a component. Very interesting. Let's keep that in then. That's already in there. Let's move that. The page title apparently is something for ASP.NET Core. Enables rendering as an HTML title thingy to a head outlet component. Now let's check what that looks like. clean it up a little bit. We can close that one. It's GitHub, that's the folder that we were in. That's the demo software. Now let's hit F5 here. And see if it's all working or not. There, type of namespace definition or file expected something. Yeah, there's a duplicate in there. That's not right. What I tried earlier is to use also use Blazor pages namespace without the brackets, but I got some issues with that. But we can try that later on. Deploy succeeded. Let's have a look at the output. We don't need we don't need a database here. There's a show task pane. There's the server running up. That's option 1, so we need to adjust the title there for the first button. And then the title part here. The razor file. The page title thingy there. That's now Hello World. You see that's in there. That's interesting because I don't think I used that in the Word Add-in. Let me quickly make a note here. Add page title to page title part to the word Blazor sample. Now let's go into Excel and let's try this. That should load again. Oh, well, the page title is not used in here, so it's actually of no use at all because it's not showing anything. Let's put a cursor somewhere else and then click Hello World. And there you are. That's the first one. .NET 6.05 in this one. So let's rename option 1 to Hello World. In the nav menu, I think option 1 should be called Hello World. Images is still okay. Let's have a look. The app CSS needs, I think, copyright thing. No, it's not needed for that CS apparently. Named export to default export. No. Let's check the preload is not in place here, is it? Yeah, we do have that in place, but we don't have that one. Where's that? Did we lose that? Must be an Office already part before start. Is there no before start? So how is it using Excel then? Because it's loaded in here. Okay. So we should put something in there like Blazor Add-in lib module. Like rename, copy this, copy. And this is located in the, I think, dub root folder. Add new item. JavaScript. Oh, it's already selected. Copy that in. So read is JavaScript initializer, JavaScript initializer, execute logic before and after the Blazor app loads. JavaScript initializers are useful in the following scenarios: customizing how Blazor uploads, initializing labor libraries before Blazor starts up, configuring Blazor settings. In the before start we have things like that. We are now entering function before start, and this should be host type Excel. We are now hosting in Excel. We are now hosting in the browser of your choice. Okay, let's try that. We should be able to see that in the if we inspect the page. Let's inspect that. So now on console we should see that there is some logging. are now entering function before start. We are now hosting the browser. That's correct. And Office is ready, but we don't have Office here. So to do the same here with Excel with the add-in, show task pane. Then we're going to inspect that again. There we should see that we are now hosting in Excel. So that's working. Hello world. It's loading the same thing. Hello world, that puts hello world in there. I actually want to look for a great demo to do some special things in the task pane, like that really shows off Blazor, but I haven't decided yet what to put in there. I was thinking of putting something in there with a sophisticated 3D rendering stuff thingy, maybe, to show off that it's much easier to do in Blazor than in JavaScript. Let's Google a bit. Blazor 3D graphics. 3D game. The Long Walk. Flappy Bird. Oh, she's also on YouTube, I guess. Very interesting. Without JavaScript, that is. "3D Blazor with Babylon." We used to have some bubble demo in Visto, VSTO, Vis Studio Tools for the Office system. It's the shortest acronym for the longest system title. Visual Studio Tools for the Office system 3.0 runtime. No, let's remove that. Bubbles, if I remember. It was a bubble demo. Bubbles? Bubble? Or was it maybe balloons? Bubble.io. Word Cloud Bubble demo. Word Cloud generator. Maybe look for Visto then. VSTO. How to create a bubble chart in PowerPoint C#. Create bubble chart in Excel. No, this is not the bubbles in the add-in. How to run C#.NET Go directly from Excel. C#, Word, Cloud, Excel. Objects, documents counts. This is the Visto C# engine. List objects. There's content controls. I think they've been hiding the Visto code samples. That would be a shame because there was a real good demo in there. Create a word cloud in Excel, text to data. Something like that. But this is using another Excel add-in, so I don't want to do that. C# word cloud. VBA. I don't want VBA, I want C#. This looks nice. It's an external library. Again, this one is in... Well, this one is maybe in C#. It's the same thing. Public interface, iWord, comparable, iWord, occurrences. Blacklist interface, what's the blacklist then? This is just the statistics. Algorithm to implement something like Wordle. Must be someone ready and available, so we can tag cloud. It's the same thing again. Let's have a look at this then. Is there a download on that? Need to sign in then, I think. Probably GitHub will be easier. github.com. Let's say tag cloud. C#. So much packages, so many packages. Why is there only 2 C#? Forms application written in C#. Tag cloud generator. Main view. Controllers. Common words, separators. Generate tag cloud. Get a text from this word view input file path and this output file. Scott from the Nordics. How are you today? Test. Oh, I wasn't responding. I was too focused on my looking into the code here. Yeah, I think I need to do some searching for a good word cloud, because I don't think what's Razor tag cloud generator here. It's called Disorganizer, the sources tag cloud service, and the Razor markup control that you can put in your blog profile, etc. A little wrapper around it using C#4, drawing the namespace heavily. Razor sounds like it's not in there. Why is it not in there? I'm no longer ill. That's good. That's how it should be. Disorganizer, that's the tag cloud thingy. Fonts, we have fonts included. Service, tag cloud service. Well, these things, they can be complicated. Way too low, high, way too low, width, height, for the cloud to be useful. Yeah, it's because it's getting too small then. Selected font, show word boundaries, vertical text right, minimum font, nice. Get spiral next. There's a lot of C# in there that could be used as demo file maybe. Let me make that a note again to research. It should be a Microsoft demo. Demo Visto tag cloud Excel. Create your first Excel add-in. Word cloud from Excel spreadsheet. This one was, oh, keep on looking. What? It's gone. No more word cloud from this guy. Search for text in word ranges. Demo find. Working with ranges. What's the demo on the first Visto Excel then? What are they doing here? Write code to add text to the saved workbook. Okay. That's the project. Well, that's too basic, I think. Protecting Word Visto add-ins. What's there to protect? It's been so long ago since I created a Visto add-in. How to create a word cloud in Microsoft Excel. That's not using Visto. That's just by doing it manually. Okay, let's for now put in a second sample from the demo here. Blazor, what do we have here on Excel? Table binding, formatting, offline storage, insert file. Let's have a look at the insert file thingy here. Why is this strike through? What's the context here? A string, like a base 64 string. Read the file as a data URL so that we can parse a base 64 string. File input, get element by ID. There you have the insert worksheets from base 64. So it should be pretty easy if you do the conversion to base 64. Insert sheets. And do this. Seven is the length of the base 64 string to skip past. Very interesting. Insert sheets. Keyboard shortcuts. Open Teams, share template. Task pane buttons. JSON to Office table. Offline storage add-in. What's the offline storage add-in? See how you can implement local storage to enable limited functionality for your Office add-in when a user experience lost connection. Yeah, that's not visible at all. Table binding formatting. It's like styling. Close button, scripts. Why is Office added in here? Is this such an old demo then? That's the app. Here's the home page, the HTML with what's in there. Create sample data. That's also another good demo. Adding commands. Contextual tabs. All kinds. This is the React thingy, but that's what we try to avoid. Rendering. This is the UI. Modify source file, then click Run. What if we go into ScriptLab? Let's have a look at ScriptLab. If there's a nice demo in ScriptLab, maybe. ScriptLab. Code. Let's have a look at these samples here. Basic API call, chart, get sets and removes, access formatting, chart data table, add data table to chart and then formatting that data table. Here's the bubble chart. Yeah, it's a bubble chart. That's just the bubble. Run. Create a table. That's nice. Create a bubble chart. Also nice. Get first series the dimension values. Oh, that's putting it in the console. It is, however, a nice demo to put in. So look at the code there. Where is it? There. There's the HTML. So if we do something like add a new page here, new razor component called bubble chart. And we will remove the code here because the code will be in code behind. Add class. Bubblechart.razor.cs C#. And we also will bring in JavaScript. Add a new item, JavaScript. That will be called bubblechart. .razor.js. So let's put this thing in the Razor file. And instead of the buttons, let's do some other things there. The button will be changed over to the other type, like in the Hello World thingy there. Fanny Riders just hosted this stream with 2 viewers. Welcome, Fanny Riders. I already shouted you out. Shout out, Fanny Riders. And Fanny Reinders was streaming today, an hour early, I think, compared to me. So how was your stream today? You're doing something with command lines? Is that what I saw there? Button with these things. Is there a reference for this piece of script? Copyright, something? Hi, Fanny. Went well. We were looking at system command line, good stuff. But is that on the CLI? Is that on the command line interface? need to run now. Have a great stream. Thanks for joining in, Fani. Talk to you later. We'll watch it back tomorrow. Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure you don't have time to do that. But it's good to see you back online again. Really enjoy that. It's a library for .NET called System Command Line. Yeah, I need to dive into that as well. There is so much to learn on all levels. So if we going to copy all the code here, sneak that into our code thingy. Copy. Let's thief this code here. I think it should work one-on-one. Except we need to export it. And if we look at the here, then you see we need to export function. That's one. Create bubble chart. The other one, get chart series dimension values. That's only referenced by the same thing, I think. Because the button, why is this? The hello button does not exist in current. Yeah, that's because I copied it into this one. And we have to look at the demo here. HTML. That creates a table, creates a bubble chart. So we have two functions, create a table and create a bubble chart. Let's go into C# here, then we should see something, create bubble chart. And we should have one called, I think it's set up, create table. Make the same convention there by lowering the first character. This will create a table. And I think this one is called by one of the other functions. It's not. Oh, that's the third one. We can get rid of that for now. Put a comment in here. Excellent helper tool called data, no, not data, script lab. Don't forget to follow the stream. My bot is saying don't forget to follow the stream. So if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you want to get notified. If you're on Twitch, please follow the channel if you want to keep updated on my live streams around Blazor and Office development. So your two functions, this should also be exported. Otherwise it won't be visible on the JavaScript, on the CS part here. So let's copy all of this in. Copy. And copy that in here. So there's the Blazor pages again, and then we have the class bubble chart. Remove all of that. Using the ASP.NET Core components, then we are starting the runtime and the module. On the after render async thing, then we are getting the module. That should be called bubble chart. .razor.cs. Icarus HQ headquarters. Do you think it's possible to have a function in C#? Let's say public static double add double double and call it in Excel from JavaScript. Yes, you can. But what do you mean with call it in Excel from JavaScript? Like an Excel function? I think I know what you mean. Yeah, I've written add-in written in C# with Excel functions. Yes, Excel functions, and there is a sample in the repo somewhere over here. Add-in samples. Well, there it is, custom functions. So I guess you already did that. Oh, you already did that like in Visto maybe? Studio Tools for Office in C#. And now your question is, can I do that in Office JavaScript API? You can, if you look at this this sample. It's terribly documented if I look at it, but this I think creates a function, custom function project. It's this one. And what are the functions in there? It's actually the same. It's actually the sample that you're looking for. So let me, yeah, but you can do it fully in completely in Office.js. Update the task pane.html. Blazor is the way to go. Yeah, but in this case, you're not even using Blazor. You can use Blazor obviously as the as I did in the demo with the in the add-in, but you can use the Office JavaScript API to do the function things in Office.js. So mixing the UI in Blazor, I think that's a strong point with this, and doing the interop with Excel in JavaScript, so you make it multi-platform on all options like Excel in the web, on the desktop, on the Mac, and things like that. yeah, refactoring in JavaScript is a pain. Yeah, that's the reason why I started doing these things in Blazor. At least for the UI part and the calculation things that I want in there. But let me copy this. I think it's this one. Oh, there's also a custom function project. Would have been nice if there would be a little more documentation in here. But at least this one should work. Let me copy the URL there. Copy and share that with you. And if you're going to research it and you find that it's not working, just let me know. Then maybe you can put some time in it to put it in another live stream. I have some wrapper in JavaScript which calls C# implementation. Oh, but that you can basically do that because in that case you need to use the Blazor interop. But I feel that you already know about that. Are you? Like the invoke async. It's a JavaScript interop with Blazor. I kind of guess that you already are aware of that. Blazor. The Blazor, not Blazor, Blazor. JavaScript interop. And you do it two-way. You can do it two-way. Call JavaScript from .NET. Like this. And it's easier if you look at my demos, I think, because these are implemented without the need of these script items, because my calling is from Blazor itself. In my demo you can already see that I have separated my JavaScript next to the Blazor file, and the C# is doing all the other stuff to, in this case only to interrupt with the JavaScript file. But if you could do the calculations and things in C# and then interrupt back to the JavaScript function, that would allow it to make it a lot easier. So just for the people who don't know how to interact with Blazor, let's put that in the link as well. That's the one from JavaScript.net, but yeah, but you also have the one .NET to JavaScript the other way around. So you could go back and forth with these items. Would be a nice test to do to implement also custom functions on the Blazor add-in. Maybe that's one of the. Let me make a note on that, because that's maybe a nice feature request. Create custom functions in the Blazor context. Well, actually, there really is no Blazor for Excel.js. There is just Blazor, but what I found is that you can implement Blazor in the context of Excel just by mixing and matching the Office.js APIs and Blazor, because you can, instead of what you see a lot in the samples, that they have samples with like React and what's the other one from Google. Angular. So I was thinking maybe you can do the same thing with Blazor, and that's what I'm doing here. I already created a demo for Blazor in Word, in the Word context. So my next project, this one, is targeting on doing something in Excel. And as you can see here, the script here is fully Office.js. And what I'd like to do is do some of the calculations on the C# side, maybe, and at least interact with the C# environment and the Office.js part. And I want to keep the amount of Office.js interop as a minimum and do all the backend stuff on C#, because that's a strong part here. For every .NET developer, it would be much easier if you just can do your .NET development in C# or Blazor in this case, and just interop with Excel in using Office.js to make it platform independent, cross-platform, I should say. So let's continue with this, the bubble chart. What we are going to invoke here is the create table function, and that will call into the JavaScript thingy there called create table. Create table, and then the create table thing should be in the UI in there. Oh, it's already in create a bubble chart. That's not alright. This one should be the create table. So basically what we, what you say, yes, and it's a path to migrate add-ins with function in Visto to Excel. Yeah, exactly. What we try to hit is a middle ground here between what we used to know, the .NET. There's a huge amount of .NET developers who were able to build Visto add-ins using .NET, and they were completely in the dark when they introduced the Office JavaScript APIs. And by now implementing the Blazor UI options and all the interop options that you can use with Blazor, it's much more familiar to .NET developers than the things like React and Angular and whatnot. And people can stick with their .NET Core environment. They probably already have been building things like .NET Core websites and things. So this will just extend it in a way to allow them to build Office add-ins with the knowledge that they already have under their belt. The other one is create bubble chart. Copy that and call that from. Let's paste it first in there and then make a copy of this. See that the comment is also not right here. Basic function to invoke. This should be basic function. Function to create the starter table as source for the bubble chart. This will be the function to create the bubble chart. To create the actual bubble chart, so we put in that one in here. Then we put it in there, but then with cap C. And then we can remove that one. And now we copy this one again and put that in the UI. So we have a create table thingy there, and the button can now be removed. Oh, it's gone, I think. Yes, it's already gone. Oh, come on. Copy. Razor. Try it out. That's the button on click. Should be in there. Create bubble chart. Adopt the text from that. Copy. So with a little bit of transition, we can just move over the full JavaScript example into a Blazor sample. Format the code a little bit. Then I think we add these. This sample shows how to create a bubble chart with each chart series representing a single table row. I think this should already do the work. We could try that. Let's run it and let's see if it fails or not. Feature request details. I have Excel functions implementation is separate. Have Excel functions implementation in a separate C# project, if it would be possible, and in Blazor project call them from JavaScript. That should be possible. In that case, only the mechanism will be used from the Office JavaScript API, but the actual calculation is then done in C#. Let me copy your text here and put that in my notes. Put the date on that, 2022-05. What's today? 19. Requested by Icarus HQ. HQ, is that your company name or is that just your personal tag name? Because Icarus, that's the guy who was flying into the sun, wasn't he? Yes, I think so. Son of a master craftsman, Daedalus, the creator of the labyrinth. Icarus and Daedalus attempt to escape from Crete by means of wings that Daedalus constructed from feathers and wax. Yeah, in the story, he was flying into too close to the sun, and then the wax melted, and his wings fell off. End of story, I think. Did he die? First 2 pairs of wings and feathers for himself and son. Daedalus tries the wings first before trying to escape the island. He warned his son not to fly too close to the sun, nor too close to the sea, but to follow him his path. For the fogs about the earth may weigh you down, and the blaze from the sun will going to melt your feathers apart. But I think he was not listening. Icarus kept flapping his wings, but he had no feathers left and only flapping his bare arms Then he fell into the sea and drowned. Oh, poor and sad story. Daedalus wept for his son and called his nearest land Icaria, an island southwest of Samos. That's in Greece, I think. Greek island. I think I've been there on holidays some long time ago. Also with Santorini, with the blue roofs on top of the buildings. Yeah, sad story. Yeah, maybe you should rename to Daedalus because he's still alive. Well, no, he's not still alive these days. Otherwise, he would be very old. And I guess that's not. I think he's not having the eternal life. Let's close this for now. And close the word cloud thingy as well because we did not do that. Here we have the second. Oh, I need to put the page in because there's no way to trigger the page right now. So let's go to the navigation. Let's first go in here because there's no page indicator on that. Copy that and then let's make that bubble chart. And copy a bubble chart to the navigation. This is all still Blazor, and that's even extending. This is much easier. Move to page, bubble chart, and make the option 2 a bubble chart. What's it called again? Script Lab. Maybe I should put this in. I already put it in the JavaScript thingy there. So that should. Did we change the text of the button? Bubble chart, yes. So now let's run it again. It's interesting that Excel is loading faster than the JavaScript, not the JavaScript, than the add-in server. Let's see if this is working. Loading. Now we have the samples show how to create a bubble chart. With each chart series, create table and try it out. Create a bubble chart. Let's do that in here. Got it. Sideloaded the add-in. Now we have the add-in if all works as expected. And why is this so slow? Looks like that's too slow. Why is this not running? Restart. Interesting. Let's inspect to see if there's some anomaly there. I think the side loader did not work the way it should be. But let's first have a look here. No issues here, that should be okay. Close this, don't save. Then close this. Maybe it's not allowing to sideload it when Excel is already open. Close that. That should be okay. Let's clean the solution here. And then build it first. Build succeeded. F5. Let's make that the size of an add-in. Why is this not side loading? It's not side loading the project for some reason. Let's close this and let's close Visual Studio as well. Let's release some things there from the resources maybe. Go back into Visual Studio. We are running a preview, so not everything is as stable as we would have wanted. Let's pin this as well. Put that. Can we move that? No, we cannot move that. Excel Blazor Add-in. Loading project 0 of 2. Should be no build error. Maybe it's failing on the navigation thingy there. Is that not allowed in the middle? Clean this. Let's run this. Skipping analyzers to speed the build up. Do we have errors? There it is, but Excel is not side loading if you look at it. Why is it not side loading? Options, Trust Center, let's trusted add-in catalogs, let's clear it for next time. Clear all previous and clear this. Okay. Let's close this. Not sure why this one is not triggered. It's my startup. Not right anymore. Blazor Add-in. Excel Blazor side loader. That should be dependent on the other one. That's okay. Well, try it one more time. Otherwise clear some internet cache maybe. Still not side loading. Let's do it manually then. Insert. Oh, we need to do that differently then. What's today? 20 is 19, yes. That's not the right one. I need to go to the manifest here. Well, let's do it the other way because the side loading should just work. So let's close this and then go into here. And then update though, there's an update available. That's always tricky. Then go back in settings and then go to cache. I said cache, yeah. Choose what to clear. Browsing history, download history, cookies. Cached images, well, let's keep the cookies in for now. Passwords can go, autofill can go. Site permissions. All data from previous versions, okay. Let's clear that now. Okay, that should be cleared by now. Then Excel, start Excel once more. Options, Trust Center, Trusted Catalog. Then clear next time, clear, yes, okay, and save this, no, not save this, close this. Now let's start all over by running this again. There's no mention here that it's not side loading it. Excel's triggered. Still not side loading. Well, in that case, we may need to do this manually. It's probably solved this if I just reboot the machine. Is the XML in there? Yes, the XML is in there. So properties, sharing, share, and then share. Done. Now we have to go back in properties. This should be the path. Copy that, close. You know what we are now showing is how to side load it manually. Going to the file options, Trust Center, Edit catalog, then putting that in. Check the check and add the catalog. Show in menu. Okay. Go back in here. Start Excel again. Options, just to check if everything is still in there. Trusted catalog, that's still in there. Okay. Let's run this now. server up and running. Why is it read-only? Book 1 is read-only. Why is book 1 read-only? Test Excel Blazor. Insert my add-ins. Shared folder. And even that's not showing. Why is that not showing my add-ins? Even the manifest is not showing in that specific folder. Properties, sharing. Let's see if this shares functional. That is functional. So it should be, this should be visible. Because this one is visible. And that is working. I think we need to exit the machine and go back in. Sign out. Now we can also check if the live stream is still streaming, and it is apparently for YouTube. So now you need to go into the live coding VMware again. Open that again. It's on the other screen now. Login. Secrets. Copy, paste, go back in. Well, let's see if that did help a little bit. VStudio 19/5/2022. What? It says it could not find something, but what? It wasn't able to find something, but I'm not sure what. Git changes. Let's have a look at the changes. There's no changes in the in the manifest, so that should be okay. There's no change if that would. Let's run this. Still not loading, still not side loading. That's very annoying. Because even the shared folder is not working. This should not be the one. Should be visible in here, but it's not showing either. The joy of demo gods, that's always fun. Not this one. Oh, let's do that again. Where is it? Excel. Options. Trust Center. That's Visto. No disabled items. That's Visto, so there's no use of that. Options, Trust Center, Trust Center. Maybe it should be a backslash on that. Remove, clear, yes. Let's check that quickly with Word, WinWord. There's one active to see if there's a backslash at the end. Trust Center. This one. That's the same thing. Why is this also showing? Did I put it in Word instead of Excel? Don't believe it. What? I think it's only reading it once for Excel and for Word, maybe. Options, Trust Center, adding catalog. See, it's already gone. So check and yes and okay and okay and okay. How many okay buttons do you need? And close this again. And running this. Even that's not side loading. Application. Clear session. loading. We do have index razor. Why is there only this one? Yeah, that's because we only load this one. If we do this, that should go to the other one. Why is it paused in the debugger? Okay. Page should now show the bubble chart. True. So this is all working. Then go into the folder with the XML again. Oh, that's not right, is it? Yeah, it is. Let's check here. Pages. Oh, really? What? What project is this? This is project folder is not right. It's also 12. Oh, there it is, yeah. So that should be okay, but let's go back to the folder there. Side loader folder. This is the manifest folder. So we need to go in here and look at the properties. Sharing. It's now not shared. Why is it now not shared? Oh, properties. Copy that. Why is it having a second share? There's no way to rename that. Let's check if that exists. It is existing. So go into Excel then, File, Options, Trust Center, Trusted Catalogs. Why is the network failing? The glitch in Twitch, I think, with the network. Add, show in menu. Okay. Then close Excel. Close all of this. Then open Excel. For now, change the solution here. Project, single startup for the Blazor Add-in only. Okay, let's write the 5 there. that's active. So now go into the blank document, my add-ins. There's no add-in showing. It looks like there's an issue with the manifest. What could be the issue with the manifest there? Because it's running and it's building and there's no issue at all. It's one of these days. Close everything. I think there's only one thing to do. This is restarting. Have a look at Google. Clear the office cache. Manual clear the cache in Excel, Word and PowerPoint. We have to go to here again to downloads. Open the file again. Logging in there with the secret. Copy, paste. I say yes. I think it's back up and running again. That's a boring stream, so like this with all these failing sideloading things. The demo gods are not with us today. Even though it was Friday the 13th last week. It's now the 19th, so it should be good. Let's wait for a little bit of this thing there. Also clear the cache there. Let's see if that exists. Apparently it does exist. What did they say? Throw it all out? Remove all sideloaded add-ins from Excel Word and delete the content from the following folder. And the other one is this one. There's something there. That's very old. Let's give it another try. Options, Trust Center, remove that, clear that, clear next time. Start Excel again. Okay, let's open this one. The one we are working on. Let's kill it. Wait for it to load. Hit F5. Oh, I put it on a single start. Back to the drawing board, go here, properties, make multiple, start, and dependencies will be Blazor side loader will be depending on the Blazor Add-in. Okay. Five. Still not side loading. May need to validate the file there. Run the following command in the root directory of your project. Let's see if this is in there. Repos 2022-05-12, I think it was. Excel. npm lists. Always forget how to list the npm list global depth, something like this. npm list dash dash npm list dash dash depth equals 0, and then the global option. Office Add-in manifest, that's in there. Oh. Let's see if there are updates. The manifest thing should be good. Oh. CD Excel Blazor CD Excel Blazor manifest. npm run validate. Yeah, it's looking for packets. That's not what we want there. mpx. Dot. What's the name of this thing? Excel. Module not found. The function module is not found. And what's fs extra? Even that's not working. Export command cls CLI. Update global. Pretty sure that's a glitch in Excel or something. Usually what happens if we close things down and then start it next week, then everything is back to normal. And because it started properly when we started the show, I'm not sure why it's now failing. Script Lab is still active here. Why is Script Lab active here? Also, the manifest can never be the issue because that's unchanged. Close all the documents. Maybe there's a hint in there. Let's have a look at the Nuget packages. No updates. Nothing to restore. That's still running. Let's not wait for that. One last try, and then if that's failing, then I'm going to quit and try to again later on. When deallocating the virtual machine and starting it again. It's not going to work. It's not sideloading. Also, why is this one? I'm not sure why this is read only. Wow, there's a lot of temp stuff in there. Clearing all the PDBs and stuff, manifests. The other one, see Windows temp. There's one more option. Clear, side loaded, manifest, registry, office, add in. Software, Microsoft Office, Excel add-ins. What's this build banner? Is next week, May the 24th. That's like Tuesday, I think. It is, yes. Still giving the same error, but I think this is also outdated a little bit. Because there's no mention of sideloading in here. Now the read-only is gone. That looks a little more promising. Let's check. Maybe because I cleaned the temp folder. Let's run F5. And now it's read-only again. And still not sideloading. When nothing is happening. Why is nothing happening? Settings, go to cache, clear, all time, let's clear everything. Oh, what? See, there's a real issue with the machine, I think. What was I doing? Clearing the cache. Settings. Looks like the RPC is something going off with the Blazor thingy. Cache. What to clear all time cookies. For now, also clear cookies. Clear. Okay, back to here. Loading the add-in again. Clear the solution. Run F5. It's not sideloading because it should do that first. At least this one is running again. Yeah, the folder's not shared now. One final attempt. Properties. Sharing. There is still a share there. And it's the original one. Okay. Excel. Trust center, trust center. Okay, okay. Okay, start Excel again to make the folder happen again. Insert my add-ins. Even this one is not showing. So there's something really off with the Excel environment. Because if I look at the Word version, I think maybe that is the path too long. Let's copy this one. Copy that to C temp. Oh, that's not really C temp. (2022) 05/19 today. Try that again. Properties, sharing, share, share. Done. That's much shorter. Maybe there's a length on that. Close. Excel. Options. Trust center, trust center. By now, at least by following this channel, you now really know how to put a shared folder in there. Okay. Close this again. And Excel, open Excel again. showing. One option maybe to add a backslash to the extension, to the thingy there. But I don't think so. Yeah, it's not working anymore. Debug your add-in with the runtime logging. That's not what you want. That's why I went into registry, reg edit. Current user software, Microsoft Office. I was close, 16 WEF. Is there a developer in there? If it does not exist, create it. New folder. Developer. Oh, it does exist. Oh. If developer does not exist, complete folder, right click, then make a new key developer. That's what already is in there. Set a default value for runtime logging key. Default ctemp log. Okay. Apparently it's already in there. Oh. Log, there it is. 19.5, that's true. See, there's an issue. Error at element source location. Unsupported requirements or no such support extension points. So there are two issues here. Source location, line 39. Source location. There's an issue with that. Why is there an issue with that? The value of that is generated by Fish Studio. Slash should be not be the maybe the source location. Like source location is the same error that Eric had. Let's see. This is the for AEB something. That's this one. Go to the registry. The joy of debugging the registry. Is that the only one? I think that's the only one. Let's start here. I think somehow the cache for this one is messed up. Open folder file explorer. That's empty. There's the book. Let's close this quickly. That's empty. That's empty. So let's, oh, not that one. Throw these out. Throw that out. Go back to the options here. Remove that because it should also be loading by Visual Studio. Just the one again. Let's kill that as well. Just do it. That's what we did. Maybe I'm messing up the complete machine now, but that should be okay. Let's cancel it because it should have been found already then. Let's run it again once more. Final option to wrap things up. And otherwise I have to do something in the weekend, I think. Close all of this. Let's check the startup here. Multi-project, start, dependencies. Excel sideloader should be depending on the other one. Well, let's do it. F5. There it is. Took some effort, but we got it to work again. The joy of an Office developer, Office Add-in developer. So if you run into this issue, just review back this episode of my live stream. And then we are already almost 3 hours in there, so you have to go 3 hours to see what happened here. It's now running, and now go back in here. It would be nice if we now get a bubble chart. There's a bubble chart thing page. Create table. That's working. And create a bubble chart. And that's also working. How cool is that? 20. It application. That's the Mayor Lemon market share, 99%. That's bigger now. Yeah. Okay. 1. Let's make this one smaller. How cool is this, guys? We just created that through our Blazor add-in, although the backend is still JavaScript, but looks okay, looks good. So, oh, now it's empty. Oh, it even created a new sheet for that. Delete the sheet. Then try it again. Hello world. Hello world, that's the first one. Then go to bubble chart. Oh, why is that not loading now? Retry. Looks like a timing issue. Come on. There's something not running twice. Reload. I think we lost the RPC again. Or is it in the break mode? It's not. It stopped. It did stop. So why did it fail there? Oh. Now we get a new one. Apparently the connection was dead, unless I closed that one, I'm not sure. Did I close that one? Now this is loading too long. That's probably based on this one. Close it again. Still a little bit buggy. Hit the key again. F5. I hope it's now still working. It is still loading. At least it's still loading. Server is starting, yes. Then bubble chart again. Yes, create table, that's working. Then bubble chart. Now the question is, if I do delete this, and I create a table again, now it's still working, okay. But if I switch to the second application, the Hello World, that's still working, so it must be a glitch in the system again. Hello World, go back to bubble, that's still working. Delete the sheet, create table, create a bubble chart, and that's still working. Nice. Good. Well, happy ending after all. I think what we saw is that we now created an add-in for Excel. Let's check this in before we mess things up again. So in this episode you also saw how to clean up your caches from Excel and see how you can debug the add-in. And if you want to look back, make sure that you follow me on YouTube. There will be the recording for this video. You have to go through a couple of hours of debugging there. But at least you have some reference there. Maybe I should write a smaller blog post on this. If only it was for my own memory, because I tend to forget about it as well. And if you're on Twitch, just follow and subscribe and whatnot, the usual stuff to make me incredibly rich, obviously. So I can stop working and do this full time. Let's go check in here. There's the new files for the bubble chart and the updated index and the navigation and the Blazor module, so that should be good. Added to demos. Hello world and bubble chart. Plus some minor fixes and fixes and code updates to make it all work. Well, just make it updates. We are pushing to the Blazor Excel Add-in branch on my repo, commit all and sync. That should be good now. Let's check that on GitHub. And I think I killed all my cookies now. So I probably need to log in again. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Sign in on my repo there. You can follow me as well if you on GitHub if you like. Let's find my secret there. GitHub. There it is. Old-fashioned password. Signing in. I'm not going to do the app thing because that's a pain in the where the sun is not shining. Just do the multi-factor thing in there. My repositories, let's check here to see if the recently pushed 1 minute ago. It should be on VASTM Blazor Excel Add-in branch. And now if you go to the samples there, should be a Blazor folder. Where is it? Blazor Add-in folder with now 2 separate folders, one for Word and one for Excel. And Excel now has the pages with the bubble chart in there and the Hello World thingy project. So that's a good start for now, and it's almost midnight. Let's wrap this up. Let's start rate Iris John games back. He rated me last time, so we can now go to him. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll be back next Tuesday for my Blazor website, and Thursday again continuing the Office Add-in like we did today, and hopefully without the issues that we saw today. But at least we learned the debugging of the manifest today and how to get it going again. Thanks everyone. Talk to you later and see you next week. Bye bye. Have a good weekend and say hello to Irish John Games for me. Bye bye.